nous engageons à vous offrir le meilleur. Pour vous, nous ne cesserons jamais d'innover pour toujours mieux vous servir.
Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Good evening, dear televiewers, and welcome to this news edition on G24. Now, let's have the headlines. In Gabon, a subsidiary of Internet Society International has just officially launched its activities in Libreville under the theme Promoting and Strengthening the Internet for All. Also, the opening ceremony of Flintlock 2022 edition was held at the International Counterterrorism Academy in Jacquesville, Côte d'Ivoire. Let's have the transition. Hello everyone. In opening of this newscast, we talk cooperation as the Société d'eau et d'énergie du Gabon, the SEEG, will benefit from the financial support of the BGF Bank Group for the implementation of its investment program over the next 3 years. More details with Maria Batista Bina.
Negotiation between the general management of SEEG and that of the BJFI Bank Group began several months ago and ended on February 16 with the signing of an agreement for the financing of SEEG's new investment program over the next 5 years. According to a joint press release for the two entities published by our colleagues in the Daily L'Union, this important financial support, the amount of which was not communicated, will enable SEEG to meet the commitment made to the Gabonese state on 5th of January 2022 when the new concession agreement for the public drinking water and electrical energy services was signed. In particular, the improvement of the quality of services provided to users, the increase in production and distribution equipment to adapt to changes in demand, and the maintenance and renewal of structures and equipment. This program prescribed the upgrading of existing structural equipment and the promotion of the new strategic infrastructure investment throughout the country, both in terms of electrical energy production capacity and drinking water production capacity.
Also, to enable the Gabonese population to be more connected to the Internet, a subsidiary of the Internet Society International has just officially launched its activities. This was during an official ceremony organized on Tuesday in Libreville under the theme Promoting and Strengthening the Internet for All in Gabon. Once more, we listen to Maria Batista Bina.
The management of the web is today a legitimate concern of every user, and its security is more than a challenge. But still, the COVID-19 pandemic has sufficiently demonstrated the fundamental and indispensable role of the Internet. The launch of the EZOC Gabon platform is therefore another opportunity to campaign alongside other stakeholders for the development of digital technology in the country. For 3 days, participants will follow face-to-face or online training workshop on variety of topics, including the technical aspect on Internet exchange point. The case of GabX, the team chosen for this first day, all for a better understanding of the Internet concept. In its mission to defend, promote, popularize, and create a favorable environment for the democratization of Internet access in the country, ISOC Gabon section intends to position itself as a major player in the Internet by working by the development of civil society and thus contribute to defending the fundamental value of the Internet, which are universality, accessibility, and the respect of international standards.
Still talking Internet, Africa is undergoing a dramatic digital transformation facilitated by the rapid adoption of technology and the increase in digitalized services offered by both businesses and governments. For more details, we have Thibaut Otungutabaga that reports. Let's watch.
The many profound reforms carried out by governments over the past decade are increasingly giving concrete expression in Africa to the notions of digital identity, digitization of administration, e-government, use of biometrics, or financial inclusion through digital solutions such as mobile money services. However, these changes, which are transforming our societies by revolutionizing the economy, offering countless opportunities, and reshaping our daily lives, including our social relations, are not without new challenges in terms of cybersecurity. As a threat to cyberspace have no geographical barriers, cybersecurity activities require strong international cooperation. This is the essence of the Lomé Cybersecurity Summit, which will bring together heads of state and government, private sector leaders, and civil society leaders to engage in a high-level dialogue to formulate avenues of cooperation and coordination to address the pressing cybersecurity challenges facing all African sectors. It should be recalled that on the dates of 25th and 26th October 2021 was held in Lomé the first cybersecurity summit that the Togolese Republic co-organized with the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, with the participation of businesses, civil society, and African governments in order to make cybersecurity a top priority of African states.
Security, the opening ceremony of the Flintlock 2022 was held at the International Counter-Terrorism Academy in Jacquesville, Côte d'Ivoire. The annual military and police exercise brings together for this edition the security forces of dozens of countries, including 4 African countries. Jan Cyril Andamenge for the hints.
American military and diplomatic officials emphasized the security threat to the coastal countries of the Gulf of Guinea, including Côte d'Ivoire. For Rear Admiral Jamie Sands, commander of U.S. military special operations in Africa, the exchange of information and intelligence between the armies is a top priority. In a more political speech, the American ambassador to Côte d'Ivoire, Richard Bell, warned against human rights violations by the security forces and made it a golden rule that the population must support the armed forces. Faced with the growing terrorist threat, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Côte d'Ivoire, General Lassina Doumbia, promises that the country is preparing to face it. None of our countries is now safe. We must face up to it, he said. But beyond this annual exercise, it should be noted that the U.S. Army has shown little presence in the region in recent years, although it has provided the constant logistical support to the French military Operation Barkhane. The operations launched on the 20th of February will continue until the 28th of this month. Initiated by the U.S. military in 2005, the Flintlock 2022 edition saw the participation of Ghana, Niger, Côte d'Ivoire, and Cameroon.
In health, China and Egypt have donated 500,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to Palestine to boost its fight against the pandemic. The aid marks the first time for Egypt to send its locally produced COVID-19 vaccines abroad. Thibaut Otungutabaga for the story.
Egypt's acting Minister of Health and Higher Education delivered a speech during a ceremony for the vaccines donation jointly produced by China and Egypt to Palestine at Vassera headquarters in Gaza this 20th February. The vaccines were produced locally in Egypt through a partnership between the holding company for biological products and vaccines Vasera and the Chinese biopharmaceutical company Sinovac. Note that they have so far produced more than 30 million doses of vaccines, and their safety and efficiency are guaranteed, as the country has had wonderful cooperation with China since the beginning of the pandemic. Chinese ambassador to Egypt, equally present at the ceremony, described the joint donation as another crucial step by which the two governments cooperate to help the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip fight the pandemic and alleviate the humanitarian crisis. At the launch ceremony in Cairo, the Palestinian side said the donation was a timely support for them in the fight against the pandemic. It is equally a proof that both China and Egypt attach a great importance to the health of the Palestinian people and their cause. It also reflects the high level of the comprehensive strategic partnership between the two nations.
Finally, in sports, the head of state, Macky Sall, proceeded this February 22nd to the inauguration of Senegalese Stadium of Diamandou in the company of his counterparts of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, Rwandan Paul Kagame, Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Liberia's George Weah, Gambia's Adama Barrow, and Guinea-Bissau's Umaru Sissoko, and the details are recounted by Maria Batista Bina.
With a capacity of 50,000 seats, the Senegal Stadium meets international standards by respecting health and safety regulations. On the new pitch of the Senegalese Stadium, a gala match is playing between Senegalese and African legends Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o, Okocha, and other former glories of the continental football are expected in Dakar. The latter will face the team of El Hadji Diouf, Alassane Diouf, and others. The Senegal Stadium has 50 seats, 1,913 VIP seats, 43 dressing rooms, 855 square meters of museum space, a hybrid pitch, and 2 MW solar power plants. In addition, there is the VAR system and goal line technology according to the same source.
End of this news bulletin with a review of the headlines. In Gabon, a subsidiary of Internet Society International has just officially launched its activities in Libreville under the theme Promoting and Strengthening the Internet for All. Also, the opening ceremony of Flintlock 2022 edition was held at the International Counter-Terrorism Academy in Jacquesville, Côte d'Ivoire. Ray Wilfried was at the sound. Richard Sangoma is the news director of this program. Keep watching G24 and keep following us on social medias where information is surely non-stop. Stay tuned for the news in French by the majestical host, Guillaume Pessi. Don't forget, Thomas A. Edison said, many of life failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Don't give up and take care of yourselves, and goodbye.
On devait déjà récolter.
Maman Marie est très contrariée. Cela fait 3 ans qu'elle ne fait aucune récolte dans ses plantations. Et pour cause, les éléphants viennent régulièrement ravager l'ensemble de ses cultures.
On n'a plus de fruits. Ils sont obligés de s'abattre maintenant dans les plantations. Maintenant, nous, on va planter cadeau, on souffre.